Good morning. This is Integrated Math 2, Week 2 assignment on using SOHCAHTOA to solve for a missing side of a triangle. So this is where you want to solve for missing side, okay, where you are given one side and one angle of a right triangle. That's what we're working on today. All right. So if you watch the videos that I provided, the lesson notes, there are 4 examples of this already that I did for you. 4 at least. Okay. But it seems like we're still struggling with this. So let's do it. Let's make it happen. So you're given one side and one angle. One side and one angle of a right triangle. And you want to find the missing side. Let's make it purple. Missing. Okay, so here the missing side is the question. You see the question mark? That's the missing side. And the side that's given is here. And then this is your angle of reference. Okay, so the very first step, step number uno, is you want to identify the 2 sides you're given, the 2 sides that you're concerned about. So I'm concerned about that 4. What side is that? This side is the adjacent side. Okay, and then I want to know, what is this longest side here? This side is called the hypotenuse. So you have to remember, when I'm thinking about my SOHCAHTOA, which one of my SOHCAHTOAs has, that looks so ugly, I can't even do it. Which one of my SOHCAHTOAs has SOHCAHTOA? Which one of these has the adjacent and the hypotenuse? Okay, real easy. It's the cosine. So we're going to set this up using cosine, and we're going to say the cosine of our angle, okay, is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse side. Oh, I guess we're doing this one first, okay? So the cosine of 25 is equal to the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. So let's just recap our steps so far. So far our first step was step 1 was to identify the sides as opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse. You only have to really identify 2. And then we have to decide on sine, cosine, or tangent. And then we have to set up our equation. All right, now if the missing side is in the bottom like this, and you're trying to get it out of the bottom, this is where we use cross multiply and divide. So you want to think cross multiply and divide means we're going to do cross multiply. So a lot of people did this on our group chat yesterday, cross multiply and divide. So cross multiply would be 4, and then divide by this, 4 divided by the cosine of 25. Okay, so since that's in the bottom of the fraction, we're going to do, I don't want to put a picture in, we're going to do cross multiply, and divide to get our answer. Now you have to type your answer in. So what I'm going to suggest you do, if you have a calculator, you can use it. Make sure you're in degree mode because that's very important. But I just go to Google, right? And I would say equals 4 divided by cosine of 25 degrees. You have to put degrees in or else it'll think you're doing radians. And that would be your answer, 4.4413. Okay, I guess I'll go over how to round this also. So that's your answer. If it'll paste anywhere on here. Let's see, there it is. Okay. So that's your answer, and it says round to the nearest hundredth, so you would type in 4.41, that's a 3, that does not round up. 4.41, okay? Done and done. Let's take a look at our next example that we went over. This is actually, it's more, so just to review, we cross multiply and divide because the thing we want is in the bottom of the fraction. The next one I think is different. So this is another problem that one person tried. I'm a little frustrated that some of you guys, I'm not really seeing that a lot of, I'm not seeing a lot of people getting the questions wrong. So I'm thinking you're getting to it and you're like, I don't know what to do. And then you're not trying. Okay. You're honor students. You can try. These assessments that you're doing in Khan Academy, you can retake them as many times as you want. So don't get to a problem and think, I don't know how to do it. Try it. Look for a hint. The hint, there's a link for the hint on the site and all that stuff. So, do that. You guys you're in charge of your own learning right now. Okay. You can do it. All right. So here we go. So we're going to follow our same steps. So let me just copy them over and we'll see which of these line up. So the first thing, identify the sides as opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So I'm not gonna confuse myself. I'm only gonna identify the sides I need to know. So I know this is the opposite side down here on the other side of, and this is the adjacent side next to, okay? So I'm going to think, all right, so I did that. Decide, am I going to use sine, cosine, or tangent? Well, I have to remember we're doing SOHCAHTOA here, SOHCAHTOA. All right, so is this opposite and adjacent? That's going to be our tangent. So we're going to use our tangent function here. And we're going to, so we did that. Now we're going to set up our equation. So we'd say the tangent of our angle, oh, isn't that cute? It's the same angle. The tangent of 25 degrees is equal to a question mark over 5. All right. Now this is not a situation where we have to cross multiply and divide. Well, I guess you kind of could. You could think you're going to cross multiply 5 times this, and there's like a 1 down here, but that's it's, you know, it's just easier to think if the 5 is in the bottom, then you would just do multiply both sides by 5. Boom, that's it. Okay, so we would do times 5 on one side, okay, and times 5 on the other side, okay? And we get our answer. So we have 5 times tangent of 25 is our answer. Like I said, you can just go to Google and just say equals 5 multiplied by tangent of 25 degrees, and you get your answer. Oh, look, it auto-corrected that for me. And we get our answer, 2.331. So isn't that cool that both those problems you didn't have to round it up or round it down? I wonder if they're all like that. That would be really neat. Let's see. So this is our answer, 2.331. So we would type in the little box, 2.33, and hit enter. Okay, so that's just a little review or a little more practice with solving a triangle for a missing side. You shouldn't have really attempted the discussion unless you understood all those steps. So the fact that so many of you put a discussion board in but weren't really confident in how to answer this tells me you could have probably had a better discussion response had you waited to do it. Okay, I know you guys can do this. I know you can do it. I know it's hard. I know it's a challenge. I know it's new, but I know you can do it, okay? I know all of you. I've seen what you guys do in class. You know what you've done in class. You can do it,